Lloyd Young Consulting stickers, t-shirts and mugs are available by clicking the link to the Google form in the video description below. Good morning. Today is the 17th of December and here we are at the Pride and Joy car gathering at the Army Flying Museum, which is at Middle Wallop in Hampshire. Considering it was -3 this morning when I scraped my car to come to this, I'm actually pleasantly surprised at the amount and the variety of cars that are here, despite the fact that it's a bit nippy today. This is a 1973 Fiat 128 Coupé. It's the 300 Sport L model. I don't know if these wide arches are standard or anything like that, but this is an incredible survivor. It's got a local plate to this area. HO used to be Hampshire back in the day, and it looks amazing. Why somebody would be brave enough to bring a car like this out today, I don't know, but I'm pleased it's here. That's fantastic. We'll have to skip this Mark London Day, I'm afraid, because due to the Mayor of London and his friends all over the country and general political interference, we can't talk about diesels on this channel, and so we don't. We can, though, talk about this Fiat Barchetta. This is a 1999 one. They actually based these on the platform of a Mark 1 Punto. They only made these in left-hand drive officially. There weren't any right-hand drive ones, but you could get a conversion for them. This one's just the standard. There's actually not that many Mark 1 Punto bits in that interior. I thought there'd be more than that. I'd like to have a go at one of these actually, viewers. Hopefully a right-hand drive one. I'm not very good with left-hand drive cars, driving in this country, but that's pretty nice. 2002 BMW E46 330 Ci. It's funny, this is the sort of typical amount of crot that they get on the cars. Just having driven a short distance, I drove for about 38 minutes to get here, and mine's covered in grot as well, so just the way that it is. I'll just skip this discovery for the same reason as the Mondeo, I'm afraid. Look at this Morris O-Type van. These days they're just called minor vans, but back in the day they were marketed as the O-Type or the 600 weight or 800 weight. This is a really, really late one, 71 to 72 plate. I think production actually finished in either 71 or 72. I forget the vans. The cars was, I think, 71 the last ones, so, but this time they've been made at Adderley Park. And yes, Test Valley Motor Enthusiast badge there. A lot of the people who were here, I think, are in some way associated with them, and Test Valley Motor Enthusiast is actually my local club, so that's comforting. The last time we had a meeting, though, it was indoors, it wasn't out here. 1961 Ford Consul. This is a Mark II. It's quite a late Mark II. I think the Mark IIIs came out sort of mid-62, I think it was. When you see the first episode of Z Cars, it was broadcast in January 62. They're still using Zephyrs of this type. They're not using the Mark III, so it obviously weren't quite out. But this is quite a late one of these. I can't remember if it's high or low line. I get confused between the high line and low line ones of these. Deluxe, very nice. Then about this Honda, I'll just check to see what the rev counter says here. I think this is a petrol, actually. If that's a petrol, that's an excellent car. It's one of the best cars that I've ever had on sensible second-hand reviews. I'll just sort of caveat that. Again, the one I drove was it's a 2.4 automatic Tourer. It's very good. Got some Triumph Stag action. You can't really have one of these events without a Triumph Stag. This is a very, very late one, actually, on a P. 75, 76. They finished in 77. I have seen them on S plates before, but this is it's reasonably late for one of these. Also quite late is this Mark 1 Orion. It's a 1.6 GL. Now those wheels are not standard to the car. I think they would have been off maybe an Orion 1.6 injection. I'm not exactly sure. Still got that kind of earlier interior in this. It's actually, considering it's one of these, and they had a terrible reputation for rust, like most cars did in the 80s, that's in very nice condition. So you have 85, it could be 86 actually as well. 1999 Subaru Legacy, I think they call the Legacy Tourer, I can't remember exactly. This has a standard rear bumper, but the front one looks like a JDM spec one, because it's only got the smaller housing on it. So maybe somebody in the comments can tell me. It says RFRB. I don't know what that means. I'm not really an expert in this sort of thing, I'm afraid, viewers. I don't really know much about these cars. Unfortunately, the ZX we are going to have to skip as well, for the same reasons as the Mondeo and the Discovery. But we can have a look at the Sunbeam Rapier. It's the 61 Rapier. It's the 1.6 litre engine. I can't remember what mark series of Rapier this is. I think the Series 5's finished at about 67. It's just amazing that someone's brought something like this out to the show today. That's makes me feel very happy, actually. So you've got this Morgan freewheeler here. I think that plate is right. I think it is a 2012. Someone's changed a lot of the instruments in here to make it more like, I don't know, a plane or something, I think. Not entirely sure, but that is absolutely amazing. So this aircraft is amateur built and does not comply with the federal safety regulations for standard aircraft. Well, it certainly doesn't. Someone's very brave to drive this out today in this sort of weather. But you know, we've got some determination, some grim determination going on today to actually make it here. Afraid the Saab as well, same issue as before with the other three. So we'll skip on to this minor. Again, quite a late one of these. On an H, so 6970. I don't think it has the ignition switch on the steering column. No, it's not that late. One of the really late ones have the ignition switch on the steering column. Nice little sort of rack on there. It's also, I think, got a kind of like a homemade sort of paint job on this. Back in the day, you used to see a lot of them like this, but not so much anymore. They tend to be kind of a lot more kind of sort of I don't know, concours, you know, these days. Also a staple of shows. This is Series 1 Land Rover. This is a 1957. If you do a reg check on this, it says 1997, but it is a 57. I dug a little deeper and I found that out. I don't know what wheelbase this is. Is this an 86? I don't know, viewers. I'm really bad at this kind of thing. But yeah, classic green. Also got this Mark III Focus RS here. So we've got a real sort of diversity of stuff here today. It's quite remarkable, really, actually. Mr. Bill is here. He's around somewhere. There's a Mini which you know, would have been on my channel a long time ago. I think we first appeared on my channel in September 2020, so a long time ago we did this. He's about to have some work on this car. It looks really good, but he tells me he does need a bit of work on the bodywork. Again, it's great that he's brought this out today in these kind of conditions. Honda Civic, this is either, I think it's an EJ or an EK hatch. Properly kind of sort of JDM modified this. So it's even got a detachable steering wheel and a pink dash. What's that, an RSO 97, 98? I've just filmed one of these on Sensible Second-Hand Classics. This 2005 Mercedes-Benz W203 C230, I think this is. It sounded very nice when it came in, and again, like the one I filmed, this is in really, really nice condition. I think the owners have had this for quite some time. I get that sort of impression with this. Next to it is, again, this is amazing. This is a really early BMW E36. It's a 320. I had to check that. Someone's debadged at some point. It's a 320 automatic. So it's, I think it's September 1991. So it's a very, very early one. I think the absolute first ones of these would have went to the press or an H plate. This is a very early car sold to general public. And yeah, I think that's probably the original dealer plate, or it's a repro one from Bromley. Got another BMW here. I'll have to skip this Transit Connect as well, I'm afraid. It's a 2001 E39 530, which I think looks pretty good. Have I sport wheels for you, or have I just standard? I don't know. So yeah, Scottle, which was the local dealer in a place called Chandler's Ford in Eastleigh back at the day. They're still there, but they've had several ownership changes. It's a bit different. Ooh, an A124 Mercedes-Benz. The general type of this is sort of the this stage was the E-Class, but this is the W124 E-Class, or specifically for the convertibles, the A124, and it's got a beige leather interior. I do like a nice beige leather interior. So this one I'll just skip as well. This one though, it's a 2010 E-Class. It looks like an AMG type, but I'm not actually sure, viewers, about that. I made sure that we could discuss it when I did the sort of reg check, but I don't know. Answers in the comment section below. What type of E-Class is this? This is a 2015 SL500. I had to just double check the registration. This is a lot later than that plate. Obviously someone wanted to have the AMG on this. Well, it looks pretty impressive actually, to be honest. I think this is a V8 version. I can't remember whether stage if they did a 600. I've had to do a lot of plate checking today, viewers. We've got a lot of personal plates, like on this 2007 Jaguar XKR. That is rather nice, viewers. I wish it was dark green and a beige leather interior. That would be the best, but this will do, won't it? We're just got a, well, sort of J-gate. It doesn't go all the way up the other side, but that's good enough, I think. Yes, be very fast, viewers. 1970-71 Wolseley 1300 Mark II automatic. We saw this at the Bracefield car show back in October. I think we actually parked next to it when I was with Mr. Partridge in his Maxi. Having driven an ADO 16, it was much earlier on this. This is a 64, the one I drove, a Mark I Austin 1100. I'd like to have a go in another one actually, maybe a faster one, maybe with a brake servo and a synchromesh bottom gear. That'll be good, wouldn't it? Two Abarth 124 Spiders here. They're both 2018. I had a little check. See if they're manual or auto. A lot of them are auto actually. That's a manual, excellent. There's this one. Ooh, they're both manuals. Now I have driven a 124 Spider on the channel. It was a Fiat version, it was a Lusso. I think a Lusso Plus actually, when I drove back in, was it sort of end of May, beginning of June? They're pretty nice to drive these. This will be a bit firmer because it's the Abarth version. Actually, the Abarth versions are more common than the Fiat ones for some reason. 8182 DMC 12. Automatic DeLorean. You could get an automatic or a manual. The right-hand drive ones are actually really, really rare. So the vast majority of them are left-hand drive. In fact, they were built over in Northern Ireland. Again, it's amazing somebody would bring a car like this out on a crazy day like today. 2005-6 Honda Civic Type R. This is EP3 Type R. Someone's even bought their child along for the ride. That's interesting. Yeah, I bet that was a lot of fun. 1969 Ford Mustang. I had to just double check it was. I think it is a 69. Again with the automatic gearbox and an Edelbrock. An Edelbrock air cleaner on top of that. That's rather impressive, isn't it? Afraid the Mondeo there, I have checked. It's not like an ST220, I think they were called. It's just a normal one. Yes, and I bought my Volvo today. It's a bit filthy. This is just having driven from Eastleigh, it's about 35 minutes from here, and I had it cleaned on Thursday. So yeah, unfortunately that's just the way that it goes. If you go to a show at this time of year, that's what happens. But anyway, thank you ever so much indeed once again for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the show and leave a comment below. And we'll see you again soon for more Slightly Shambolic Shuffling.